Let's do this. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday Zoom. We are Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles, and we've got another great episode for you. But before we get into that, you need to understand that we have a YouTube channel that is just for you. Chock full of good information, educational stuff, training stuff, and just stuff to give you more FYI in anything you want to do to become more successful. So go check that out.
Yeah. And did you know there's a pro tip that if you go and you subscribe and you ask for notifications, you'll actually get notified when new content goes uploaded every single time. So you don't have to remember, because if you're like me, you probably won't. So go and get yourself subscribed to the YouTube channel, Team Freedom Reigns on YouTube today after we're done. But we want to go through some announcements quickly before we turn this time over to our special guests. Remember, Activate 2023 is coming to you on your computer screen, wherever you're at virtually. It is July 22nd. You want to get registered now. And get your teams registered. Hold watch parties, because it's a lot more fun when you do this together. And it's only $25 to register. So go and get registered. Do you want to share a little bit about what's going to be happening there?
Awesomeness is going to be happening there. So do not, I repeat, do not avoid attending and registering for this event and committing to your business, because there's going to be great information on new products coming out. There's going to be great information on training, and there's going to be a deeper dive into the NRF2 and liquid collagen study that just came out a little over a month ago. That was mind freaking blowing. Now, here's something. Why do I say that? Because we had no expectations on what the combination of NRF2 and True Science liquid collagen would give, but the results that it provided, that we now have documented proof by scientists and researchers and really smart people in white lab coats. It is really important that you attend, because you will find out a deeper dive into this, and I would say fall deeper in love with this amazing product combination of Protandim NRF2 Synergizer and True Science liquid collagen that is taking the world by storm.
All right, so before we go on to Global Convention, I want to make sure you guys are paying attention to the emails that you get from LifeVantage, because they have so much new content coming out. They're creating a whole new Momentum Monday for you, for your weekly newsletter, trainings, tips, all kinds of different things. So be checking out the emails, because you'll be able to learn all the information there, as well as in today's email, there is news about our physique whey protein. It is going to be discontinued. And so, I mean, it's a bummer for many, but for those of you that love it, you can go and stock up now for 30% off. So make sure that you get your stock full before it is gone, but check your emails for all of the details that LifeVantage sends out at least weekly, if not more frequently than that. Now, Global Convention. Guys,
must
you have
attend.
to attend. It is in San Antonio. We are super excited to be on the Riverwalk with all of you. This is where you get in the know, and there's going to be product releases. There's going to be all kinds of stuff happening at Global Convention, just like normal. But we are doing the 10 packs for the early bird ticket pricing of only $125 per ticket. So as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen there, it says early bird single is $149. But if you want in on a 10 pack, you need to get with me ASAP, because I'm going to be putting together the 10 packs through the 15th up until the time of this first reduced price being offered for only $125 per ticket. But I have to have 10 people paid up front before I can get that done for you. So make sure that you reach out. Get registered. Global Convention is October 5th through 7th. And again, it is San Antonio, Texas. Go to your replicated website, scroll all the way down to the bottom to the quick links, look at Global Convention, click on it. All the details are there. Go find it. You can do that.
Yes. We've got some celebrations.
Hey guys, so we just changed up our whole compensation plan for the better.
Yes.
And Diamond Seller is like the top notch of the customer seller products for people that are consultants. Once you hit 4,000 in customer sales volume, you are a diamond seller. So let's celebrate the diamonds. You want to go through and talk about them?
Yes. So again, as Marcy said, it's 4,000 plus, and north of 4,000 of customer sales volume every month gives you the diamond seller status, which is then 30% commission on whatever products they're ordering, which can be a big chunk of change in your pocket. And this is something that I think is is really great that LifeVantage did, because what we're hearing from people that had previously said no to network marketing because they didn't want to talk to friends and family, they didn't want to worry about building teams and building legs and all that stuff, that this is an opportunity to make the same kind of income without having to do that. That are more seller, because they say, I can sell customers on products, but I just can't enroll distributors, which is something pretty common that people have had historically. This is a great opportunity for those people to now take a second look at LifeVantage, and when they do, many of them are jumping on board. So use that as a resource. But Dr. Bruce Holmesy and Dr. Pat Bono happen to be two chiropractors that are crushing it in the diamond seller categories, leading the pace. Great job, guys.
And then we've got Dr. Ron
Another
Nathanson,
chiropractor.
Another chiropractor. But guys, you don't have to be a doctor to do this, okay?
Right.
You do not. I mean, we had Odell on as our amazing guest last week. If you haven't seen that TFR call, you've got to go and listen to Odell's story and her determination and her commitment to building her business, and how selling our products got her to diamond seller. And she shares with you how she did it. So congratulations to the diamond sellers.
But hold on.
Yes.
Don't move. You don't have to be a chiropractor. But if you know a chiropractor or other types of doctors, what do they all have in common? Patients. Where do you think they get that kind of volume from? Making this available to their patients, because think about this. Our products simply allow everyone who takes them to have a higher caliber of life. What doctor does not want that for every one of their patients? So if you know any doctors, chiropractors, even veterinarians, we have some products that are applicable to that. Any type of doctor that you know that loves their patients needs to know about our products, because they too could become diamond sellers and you could have them in your organization.
Yeah. And remember, starting this month, diamond sellers are going to get you those extra points towards the incentive trip. And here in the next week or two, we're going to have a special TFR call specifically on the incentive trip to break everything down for you. We just want to make sure that everything is solidified by corporate before we do that. So
Yes.
That's what we're waiting on for that. But these sellers have already earned extra points starting in April, because they will maintain this status, I know. And then our sapphire sellers.
So good.
So exciting.
This is $1,999 all the way up to $3,999 in customer sales volume monthly. And we have Melanie Robbins and Amanda Brooks. Great job, guys.
And
Gals.
and this actually earns you up to 25% of your total product sales every single month when you hit Sapphire. So this is a way to really create an additional stream of income. Now we've got Gina Reardon and also our amazing guest today, Chris and Sarah Smith, our Sapphire sellers. Congratulations, guys.
Those guys look like they were having fun.
Yeah.
And they like to travel.
Yes.
Good, good, good. So we have also Marjorie Ham, who is a Sapphire seller, and Cynthia Greenewald. Great job, gals.
Then we've got, oh, wait,
Look at
that's
those
us. Weirdos. Dondi and Marcy Nettles, and also Miranda Sommer. And by the way, guys, we are planning on being that diamond. Who's going to be a
Yes.
diamond with us? We are going to get as many customers as we possibly can and take advantage of this seller program. Okay, wait. Double diamond, triple diamond, quadruple diamond. What diamond goal do you have in your seller portion of your business? Because it's possible.
Yes. Amy Leonardson and Mr. Tom Day. Great job, Sapphire sellers.
And the final Sapphire seller on the team is Lizzie McGough. Congratulations on accomplishing between $1,999 and $3,999 in customer sales volume. Shout it out to everybody. Congratulate these Sapphire and Diamond sellers before we hop into Emeralds and Onyx. Okay.
Yes.
So congratulations, everybody. Now for the Emerald seller, this is anyone that has 999 to 1,999 in customer sales volume in the month. And these are the people that accomplished that in the month of March. So congratulations to Jen Miner, Linda Kidd, Carol Barton, Richard Miller, Linda Grace Files,
Teresa O'Connor, David and Carly Ali, Kim Jakes, Dr. Melissa Wynn, and Jane Rizzo.
We also have Bob and Laura Robbins, Kathy Goebel, Kathy Doherty. I almost said Mook. I don't know why. And then my business got it as well. And then Aileen Moy.
Yes, and Ashley Sanchez, Emery Hansen. I think I think I know why Mick, because you're thinking Irish and Emerald.
Yeah,
and
you know, all of it. It's just all kind of working in there. And it was March. And then our Onyx sellers had 500 to 999 in customer sales volume. This is the first level of seller that you start getting an extra 5% of all of the product volume sales that you have every single month. There's two different product sales bonuses that you can earn. The first is the difference in the price between the preferred customer and the consultant price. That's your first bonus that you earn every single month. But then you have this seller bonus. So this is the first one where you start earning and are able to start giving yourself a raise. If you want a raise in your business, go out and sell more product and raise to the next level of seller. So congratulations to Anella Baker, Kathy McCarthy Haney, John Patterson, Shelly Morrell, Mary Ellen Rosenberg,
Judy Walker, Linda Linscott, Jill Melhoit, Dr. Alyssa Warnicki-Keto, and Emily Anstead.
Jennifer Bartholomew, Jesse Salah, Jill Weinberg, Dolly Ong, Jacqueline McInnes,
Emmy Cadaves, Billy Paquette, Kaylee Voss Smested, and Dr. Dan Zhao.
Woo! Congratulations,
Yes,
guys.
great job, everybody.
All right. So if you are on here with us live, we want to know what your goal is going to be for April. What level seller will you be by the end of April? Shout it out, guys, because when you proclaim it to the world, that's a different level of accountability. And so if you have not quite hit Onyx yet, get it. You can do that. You have a team of people to help you. And if you are ready for emerald or sapphire or diamond, just go for it and share, right? That's how we do this.
Yes, proclaim it, put it in the chat, and take a picture of it. Take a screenshot of it, so you're going to hold yourself accountable, because when you put it out there into the world, especially in writing, you're that much closer to achieving it.
Yes. So something else really special happened last month, and we are so excited to be able to talk about it today, because there's a lot of you that may not even know what the MyLifeVenture program is. So we're going to have our guests share with you what is the MyLifeVenture program and how do you earn it, because this amazing couple, Chris and Sarah Smith, they are executive consultants with LifeVantage, and they're going to share their story with you, but they qualified for this amazing reward in the month of March. This is an award that not everyone accomplishes, and everybody has the opportunity to do it in their own timeline. So Chris and Sarah Smith are going to share their story. They're going to share exactly what MyLifeVenture is and how they personally earned it. So anything you want to share before we have them take over?
Yes. This is an accomplishment that absolutely must be praised and must be talked about. And a huge congratulations, because as Marcy said, few elites ever reach this. And it's not because it's not attainable. It's because of the sacrifice and the commitment that goes into it. So the people that win the MyLifeVenture program, whether they have a Jeep, whether they take the cash, whatever choice, they all have one thing in common. They are sacrificial servant leaders, and they know the way, show the way, and go the way. Not very many people do that, which is why this is a very rare, very exclusive, and very honorable accomplishment to achieve. So congratulations, guys. You guys earned this, and what a huge accomplishment.
Hey, so welcome to the call.
Hey, thank you, Dondi and Marcy. Oh my gosh, we love you guys. Thank you so much for having us tonight.
Yeah.
And congrats to all the new seller titles. That was huge, and we're pretty impressed with all the people that have hit diamond in these groups. That's a phenomenal accomplishment. I mean, it puts you like in record book 1%er category and all across network marketing. Very few people like sell that kind of volume individually in 1 month. So that's a massive, massive deal. But as Dundee and Marcy were just saying, this accomplishment above becoming what was elite and now executive was definitely next level for us. And our story, well, I guess we'll start there, is that I started out before network marketing. Well, I'll bring it to the first slide of the call, because I noted that we had a candle. We talked about that TFR slide in the beginning, and evolving our business, and the candle and all the iterations of the light bulb, and then the lightsaber in there, which I liked a lot. Because in 1977, I knew that I had two paths in my future. I was either going to be a Jedi or a professional skier. And when I got a little older, I realized that the Jedi Knight didn't really exist. I guess not in this galaxy, in this time. So I opted to be a professional in the ski industry, and that was really my background. No background in health and wellness at all, other than in emergency medicine as a medic to tend to injuries and get people off the mountain. But did not have a background doing this, did not have to sell what I did to anybody. So in looking at network marketing, I thought, I don't know, am I going to be able to do this? There were a lot of questions. So we had no experience coming into this industry, but saw probably what many did on this phone call, that this company had kind of put all those different points that we all talk about together. And it was probably most importantly for us, that support, mainly from a lot of people on this call. We have a very big team, and many others in our upline and crossline, but particularly Dondi and Marcy. They did a lot for us over the years to travel and help us build teams, and initially show us how to do this when we didn't know what we were doing. But this was shown to us by, I guess, someone we really knew, like, and trusted, pointed us in the direction of LifeVantage, but she's not actively involved in the company. So we felt real fortunate to get shown this, and we were introduced by some complete strangers, and it was a business proposal to join the company. Again, I had a lot of questions, mainly around the industry, but I think Sarah knew right off the bat that she wanted to do this and wanted to pursue this all the way to elite. And that was in our very, very first meeting that we saw. And another little side note, if you're new in this company and you're on this call, that meeting that brought us into this company was the very first meeting being done by a brand new Pro 2 in the company. So you guys go out there, do your meetings. You could enroll the next elite distributors.
Exactly.
But I'll hand it over to Sarah to kind of complete our story into LifeVantage.
Yeah, I mean, geez, we're 11, almost like 11 years in, just about, and never having done this before. My background, I went to college for business. I was a world traveler, free spirit, wanted to see the world, knew that my experiences in the world, wherever they were really going to add value to people somewhere, somehow. And helping and serving others is something that really rang true after my service in Haiti. I was in the Peace Corps for 2 years, and I went there thinking that I was going to make a huge difference, when really it was about the experience that I was having in the moment, and hopefully empowering one person. So at that point in time, I knew I just had to follow my heart. So I went into the healing arts when I got home, and it was really around lifestyle. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to set up a healing space. I wanted to serve others, and, just create this space where I could help someone move their health forward, mind, body, spirit. It was that. And I did not like network marketing at all. As a matter of fact, I didn't even have one product in my massage space, because I always felt really sold, and I didn't want to be the salesperson to my clientele. And it was just one of those things where I thought everybody just had to sell stuff. So when the ABC investigative news report was put in front of us, that's really when we were grappling with a health crisis. We were looking for a way to heal. We were not looking for a business. And after seeing the news report, it was literally every cell in my body said, yes, whatever this is, you're doing it, you're taking it. And literally it was kind of this force of this feeling of wow, we have something incredible in our hands. So it was truly the technology and the science that brought us into this for healing purposes, actually. And we started taking the product and had results. The nurse practitioner did not know that when I was, when my hands were not on the massage clients, the paycheck stopped. When he was bedridden, the paycheck stopped. And that's really what happened to us. So it was actually a financial breakdown that had us, tuning into the full information. As a matter of fact, we were given the full picture, even though we were just interested in the product. Because the nurse practitioner said, hey, if you see what I see, and, the science is real, the patents are there, all this is lined up, you can actually make some really good money at this. And I was like, really? So I was interested. We had the result, and then we saw the big vision by someone who was doing their first presentation. And it was around, the timing and where we were positioned. And as a company, it's all the 6 key components that we all know when we break down LifeVantage, like how special this company is. And so having the background in the healing arts, as a massage therapist, I saw the potential, and I saw that no one knew about this. And why don't we just figure this thing out and become an educator? So that was our introduction, and really seeing right out of the gate, I wanted to take this to the top of the company. Our first goal was Pro 7, which is now Executive Consultant 1. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, freedom to me in that moment was paying off the debt, getting ourselves free and clear, being able to have more choices. And so it was very much ingrained in sort of the eye, but this MyLifeVenture piece was the option to, and on the old plan, basically, and we'll share what the new plan is in the old plan, but on the old plan, what MyLifeVenture was, is you hit the rank of Pro 7, which was 100,000 in volume every month consecutively for 12 months. Okay, we were like, okay, no problem. I mean, seriously. And when you did that, you had the option of receiving a $25,000 check or a Jeep. And like the Jeep was like the sign of freedom, right? It's like you get to travel anywhere, you get to create your own life, you get to plan your own trips. It was this symbolic thing, of freedom. And so we were all in, because we had never heard of a company that gave you tags and title, and it was yours, like as soon as you hit and maintained that. So for us, we were like, wow, like that's something really cool to go for. So we had our Pro 5 goal, we had our Pro 7 goal, and then we had this MyLifeVenture goal that's literally been something out there that we've had on that checklist in life, for the last 10, almost 11 years.
Yeah, so for us, it took time, and it is doable. A lot of people have achieved this very rapidly. So don't think you're going to be on our timeline, but we did hit Pro 5 in about 18 months, and we're able to help other people on our team that enrolled, as we had more experience, hit it faster than we did. But then it took us a number of years after that to hit Pro 7. And why this achievement is so, I think, built up. But if you're really close to that line of having balance in your organization, which would be the maximum volume rules now, or you're very close to the group volume level that you need to maintain that rank, sometimes you can slide back, and that can happen when you have a much larger group. It's apt to happen. There's a bit of attrition. So, and that was us. That was our story. We had hit Pro 7 and slid back from that, and weren't able to get in a steady pattern of qualification for about a year. And then we had made a move and out here to Utah, and had a number of things happen in our lives. And it was a year ago that we actually made a commitment, when I was wrapping up my time at the ski area, and actually making the decision of, because they wanted me there running a crew of guys with chainsaws cutting down trees on the side of a mountain all summer, which to some of you may sound like a lot of fun, but it's no vacation, that's for sure. So we decided instead for me to go do that we would commit and actually run for this, to re-rank at Pro 7 and do this for a year. What we didn't know was going to happen when we set out to do this is that on the very last month of that qualification, we weren't going to be able to see our old back office, and we're going to have a whole new back office and a new comp plan. And what was very interesting about that is we needed to hit those old qualifications. So Sarah said she was going to lay out kind of the old and the new. We qualifying for EC1 wasn't going to cut it. We still need to have those old balance requirements. And we were close enough that we really needed to see those numbers. And unfortunately we couldn't, and corporate was good enough to have our back through that. But it was an interesting few days. If anyone had to look at their back office, the volumes go up, yes, then you would see them go down, and they would sink down below that line. And we really didn't know unless we had someone there to verify. So not only were we putting in the work, this is a marathon for us. This isn't something you achieve in a month or even a year. This is the groundwork of building a Pro 7 group and helping other people achieve their goals. And then focusing on what we needed to put in place, we needed to put in place to maintain that rank over a long period of time. And it has been an interesting journey for us. I mean, I couldn't even start to sum up what we've learned because it's 10 years. It's everything we know at this point in network marketing. I wouldn't know how to download that. It would be like the Matrix. You'd have to plug something into your brain and just send it all in there in one big shot. But we've learned a lot in getting to where we are right here, right now. And again, I want to reiterate, we wouldn't have done it without the support of many, 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 many people on this call and our hosts on this call, Dondi and Marcy. I know they sacrificed a lot. Again, that was the first thing in my mind is why would these people fly all the way out from Arizona up to the northeast corner of the United States to help us, teach us, do this? And they were committed, did what they said they were going to do. And that was over 10 years ago. And these are people we still work with and are still committed to helping us like they said they would in the beginning. So thank you for doing that for us.
Yeah. And I think, the MyLifeVenture, we have our monthly goals, we have our 3-year goals, and, having that MyLifeVenture goal out there really meant for us a lot of different things. Like Chris said, it is hard to kind of download all of the learnings and how we got there. But it is the persistency. It's about building your belief in your own leadership. I mean, I think really where we kind of began to excel is where we stepped in and felt more confident about leading and not managing. And so for a lot of years for us, it was like, okay, we didn't really want to manage people, but we didn't want to lose them out the back end either. So how do you, how do you inspire and then, in kind of the lead and then be close enough to relate. And so it was always that balance of okay, how to step into that leadership role. So it's everybody's journey. And some people already have these skills, right? Some people are developing them over a shorter period of time. Like for us, it's been this beautiful unfolding of trying to do this business balanced, in a balanced way, because we have a family, we work in the business together, but we also have to find the time to be husband and wife. I mean, because we can talk about business 24/7, there were so many things where we had to either pull back, and what felt like a slowdown was actually an acceleration in our own personal growth to be able to bring back to the team the perfect, or not, we're definitely not perfect, but a better model of what it can look like, and so I think, it's this progress in our own personal growth that really starts out as the I, and it turns into the we, as we know that the full-on success and what's backing LifeVantage is actually a thriving team that's consistent, that is following, the system and is leveraging it, believes, and, that we have their back, and that there's this trust there with the volunteer army, because it is just a volunteer army. So I think, people want to run their business, and we have to be we have to figure out where our weaknesses are and work on them, and then really be an example for the team that is in integrity and in alignment with what it looks like to really move faster, because we know lives, we know all the things that can slow us down. It can be, a change that throws a monkey wrench. I mean, in the beginning, when we added a new product that had new information, it slowed me down because I had to figure out how to put it on a whiteboard or how to integrate it and learn it, so the fact is that for things to change, things have to change. And that if we're all in this evolution, and this truly is a transformation, experience with a paycheck. I mean, it totally is. So, for us, it was just a lot of lessons. And I think, something that we've learned that I feel like was a big piece to this MyLifeVenture, especially closing the month out. We had quite a bit of volume to close in just a few days. And literally, the decision had been made. It was this is happening and we know how to do this. And part of it's the visualization of looking at your calendar and actually like adding up the volume that was potentially going to come in. And so what I want to say about the volume potentially coming in also is that these were things that had been in the works for a long time. So it's about the relationship building. It's not like I could, be as prepared if it was a cold call with a cold contact to actually try to land any kind of, volume at the end of the month and move somebody's life forward. This was like that slow build of momentum over time that is really important when we're talking about relationships that we're building and really taking care of along this journey of even just information gathering. So on a whiteboard, 3 or 4 days before we closed the month, we wrote what the amount was on the board that needed to come in for us to qualify. We talked to our upline, and strategized. We worked with the team that were already in motion. We weren't trying to pull volume out of people that weren't working. It was more about like, how can I serve you? How can I help Odell get to Diamond? How can I help Dr. Pat with her calls? How can I help? It was really the people who were in action, just pouring into them. And then on the side with that, it was looking at what I had blocked out in the calendar. And so it was so wild because I was like, okay, the volume could come in here. And I went high with what I was visualizing for everyone bringing in, but seriously, it came down to writing out exactly what was going to come in that day and following through in all of those meetings, being fully mentally visualized and prepared so that this person was going to have signed up, got their products, joined the business, whatever it was. And I knew it was all going to happen when I walked into it was a sit down with a chiropractor who had been on the products. It was with another distributor who works with us, consultant that works with us right here in the Valley. And and I walked in with a paper application, the clinic program numbers. I had everything. I mean, it was like, boom. It was right down to this, the enrollment conversation with this chiropractor. And at that point in time, he was just like, you're right, it's time. So it was like every single thing. And then volume started coming out of everywhere. It didn't come down to every single person on the list, but it came down to just a few and then some other people outside of that list. But I had this complete, every morning I got up and visualized, every night before I went to bed, I visualized what the next day was going to look like. And so I just encourage all of us, because I was like, yeah, have your vision. I always thought about that in the beginning, but I'm telling you, the vision work that you do right now, whether it's on a vision board, whether you're writing about it, whether you're creating it in your mind, you have to do that. It accelerates your business 10x to actually have that visual picture. And so it takes a little bit of time to sit down and write it out or board it out or put it on a vision board or whatever it is. But Chris and I, we, have a hot date coming up, to make another vision board because we have actually accomplished everything on our checklist right now. And one of them was the MyLifeVenture thing. One of them was to speak from the main stage. One of them, it was just all of these things. It's the little checklist of all these things that we're checking off. And now we're like, okay, it's time. It's time to create that second vision board, because I'm telling you, that was a lot of the success in closing this month out, was the mindset and being prepared to actually enroll someone every second you were with somebody. You were prepared. That's what you were thinking. If it's time for them, I'm going to have the conversation and be very clear, so it was so cool because that's what we did to get to Pro 7. So all these little successful, ways that we just bridge the gap, because it really is about bridging the gap. And it comes down to your belief and knowing that you're enough, knowing that you deserve it, knowing that you're going to help break the ceiling for the people who are working directly with you. It's more I get more excited to know that I'm making and that we're making a difference with our team members, so that they know that they can actually accomplish it. Right. And building the belief in them. So I think for us, it really does just come right down to making sure that we're being the example that our team can follow, even if it's not perfect. But if you're giving it your 100%, you're going to get better, and you're not alone in the whole transition. So anything else you want to
No,
add?
that's it. Again, I think we might not be the example to follow. You might want to follow the example of someone who hit this whole thing and hit elite within 24 months. But we want to be that example to people, because this was our story, that if you can get up and dust yourself off. And again, I wish I could go through all of the things that we've gone through, but if you're going through it right now, believe me, we've gone through it. Don D and Marcy have gone through it. All the elites have, to get to where they're at. But if you can get up and dust yourself off and keep moving, I think it's doable for anyone. And I know that sounds cliche to be like, oh, just don't quit, but that's it. But turn those visions into real strategy. Okay, that whiteboard had columns. It said Wednesday, and it had a list of people we were going to enroll on the volumes that were going to come in. And it said Thursday, and we wrote down a list. And I want to let you know that 90% plus of those carts and those people, that volume never came in, but a couple did. But the important thing is they were written down and they were on that board, and it was intentional, and there was a date and a number attached to it. So turn your vision into strategy, and it will happen. I think that's it.
That's
and
it.
Other than that, the new qualification, guys,
Oh yeah.
now we believe that it's always a moving target with the company, it seems like, with some of these things. So we believe it's EC2
Yes.
for 6 months. And I think that's going to be an important rank for people to focus on, even though we have a group of executive consultants. But I think EC2 is where your focus wants to be, not EC1, but focus on EC2.
So which is 150,000 in organizational volume. And that is equivalent to the Pro 8, which is kind of cool because they've moved that, goalpost a little bit closer. So that EC2 is 150,000. It's a six month consistent qualification. So with that, we'll just throw it back over to you guys, Nandi and Marcy. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I want to say the way Chris started his portion of this and saying that he wanted to be either a Jedi or a professional skier. I will just tell you, you are a Jedi master, my friend.
Yes.
And your one of your closing statements right now is then follow somebody who maybe did it in 2 or 3 years. I would follow you guys over someone who did it in 2 or 3 years 10 times out of 10, because someone that takes 10 years plus to get there, they're going to, and that journey is going to be much more common than the 2 to 3 year journey. So someone who gets it very quickly, you can praise them, you can cheer for them, but most people are going to resign themselves like, well, we can't do that. So good for them. When someone hears somebody like your story, people are like, you know what, we can do that. You give much more hope in a long journey to achieve a goal than you do in a short journey. And I was kind of thinking as you guys were talking, looking at the diamond sellers and the sapphire sellers and the onyx sellers, and looking at all the different qualifications of those, and looking at all those names and those people, how many of them would not be here tonight and would not have been celebrated tonight had you guys not said yes to this over 10 years ago? That's really what this is about. And when you shared with us that you were going this month, or going last month, you were going for this, that this was your last month of qualification, and you even shared with us, and I don't know if it's okay for me to tell the story, because you didn't really say what you are going to receive, what the gift was,
yeah, don't do
what
that.
the prize is. But your answer, when you shared it with me, just solidified how we feel about you guys. Because it's one thing to go after a prize, and it's another thing to go after a prize and look back and tell everybody behind you, you can do this too. We just showed the way. You do what we do. And Sarah, you quantified it perfectly. You said, we are being the examples our team can follow. And you are doing an exemplary job of that. You are doing what not only your team can follow, but everyone can follow. And it's just doing this the right way. And network marketing hasn't always had the best reputation. But when people do it the right way, it always ends up the right way. And you guys have always done that since day one. So congratulations, you guys, you've earned this. And you guys are just exemplary leaders, and we think the world of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you totally did this by focusing on your team. It wasn't about Chris and Sarah. It was about your team. And
Always.
yes. And that is, just who you are. And there was something I was going to say to go along with that, and it was really good, but you guys are amazing. And we're just super, super excited for you. And you should be so proud of yourselves, because it is in carrying, my point I wanted to make, a clarification and make sure everybody understands that list of people that you had on your whiteboard for each day that was going to be your enrollments. Those were not all personal enrollments. Those were enrollments of people that you had been working with your team along with personal enrollments, right? So you're still focusing on your team and helping them accomplish their goals. And when you focus on others and help them get where they want to go, you automatically rise. So good. Thank you guys so much. We are so, so excited for you. Guys, if you are on Zoom with us live, please turn on your photos if you can, please, so that we can see you. We want to get a little bit of a screenshot here because it's kind of fun to have this as a memento. So let me see your faces. Come on, there's still a couple more of you. All right, ready, set, and go. Oh, good job. Oh, hi. Awesome. All right, guys, we love you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, Chris and Sarah. We appreciate you. We love you, and we will follow you anywhere. So way to be the leaders that leaders want to follow. So thank you guys so much. Love you all.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Give Rose our best.
Yes.
We will. Thanks.
Bye.